Welcome to the Homesickness podcast. My name is Phoebe. Today we'll be talking about mental well-being, mental wellness, coping with stress and homesickness. Show your love, show your support. Follow us on TikTok, follow us on Instagram, follow us on YouTube, Apple, and Spotify at the Homesickness podcast. Let's dive into it. From 2010, a lot of people have been preaching and talking about the importance of taking care of your mental wellness and how to not feel trapped under the prison of stress. So, to the best of my ability, or not to take much of your time, we'll talk about the signs and the symptoms of stress and how to take very good care of your mental wellness. So, let's talk briefly about the importance of you taking care of your mental wellness. It reflects on everything you do, your well-being, your communication skills, the way you interact with people, the way you go about your daily activities, your interaction with your dreams and your goals, your challenges. It helps with perseverance and, the chaos you would experience in life. It all boils down to your mental well-being. So let's dive into it. Understanding stress and homesickness. First, what is stress? Stress is pressure, maybe external or internal. It might come from maybe work, maybe family, your dreams, your goals, from failing, from just winning. It might just be anything, but that is stress. And homesickness, it might be the fact that, you need to leave your house and go out, or you need to leave your place of work, or maybe you're just feeling contained. I think I should take out the homesickness. Let's just focus on the mental wellness and stress. But and the common causes and and trigger for stress, it might be the fact that you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself, or external forces are putting pressure on you. There are some external forces that you can't control. There's nothing you can do. Like, take for example, let's say you have a full-time job. You work Monday to Saturday, or let's say you work Monday to Sunday. Let's just say you work Monday to Friday on a good day, Monday to Friday, and you have to leave your home as early as possible to evade traffic. And you get to work, you have projects you have to deal with, and those things. You're dealing with different people that have attitude, people that just being silly. There's a very big chance that will put stress on you. So that might be the number one cause. And the fact that you still have bills to pay, you have families to pay attention to, you have kids, you have extended families that want to take out of the money you struggle to make. All these things will compound into stress. And as a human being, we need to pay very, very close attention to these things and know how to put them on the radar. So, let's talk about the root of stress, especially in relation to significance of life. I just explained that, participating in life activities. You get me? If you're not gentle with yourself, the fact that, you go through all these things, you're still thinking about, how can I elevate in life? Take, for example, let's say you have a full-time job that pays the bills. Nobody wants to be trapped in the rat race. So, majority of the time as people, we want something that will change our life for good. Let's say you are a manager right now, but you have a dream someday to start your own business, and there is no visible way at this point, at this moment, to make that come into reality. So, what we do is we just think and we just put pressure, and that pressure equals to stress. So, let's talk about the effects of stress and the effects of stress on mental health. It deprives you of you becoming your full potential when you start experiencing stress, because your your body will focus more on that stress and how to take care of your stress and how to take care of you. Like you can. There is no way you function at your best though when you are under a lot of stress. And I have friends that will talk to me that, wow, like the fact that they have 2 jobs. I'm talking about guys in tech. They have 2 jobs. They say they have 2 jobs and they have family responsibilities and extended family responsibilities. And I tell them that, like, you are probably you are functioning on 60% or 70%. You're not functioning at your best self. Because if the stress starts showing in your face, starts showing in your well-being, you are in the danger zone. You get me? Like you are literally in the danger zone, and you have to find a way to balance your work and personal life, at least for your own mental state of mind, for your own well-being. So let's talk about the signs and symptoms. To know. Let's talk about the signs and symptoms of stress. The color of your eyes will change for sure. Like, as an African man, this is how I know I'm under stress. The color of my eyes will change to a little bit of yellow, a little bit of redness. There will be veins all around your whole body, and that is on a physical level. On the internal level, though, you feel lazy, like you're not motivated. You don't want to get out of bed. You don't feel praised, like. And you have to, though. You have to feel praised. You have to feel happy. If that makes any sense, though. I think the word I'm trying to look for is you have to feel motivated. Yes. When you stop feeling motivated for going to work, coming back home to your family, picking up the phone call of your friends, extended families, there's a big chance you are under stress. Like you are literally, like that is one sign of stress. And if you're being forced to pick up that phone call, or being forced to go to that place of work, or being forced to come back home to your family, especially when you don't want to be there in the first place, these are signs and symptoms of stress. You get me? Now let's talk about how these signs may manifest into different individuals. There's a very, very big chance you become argumentative. There's a very, very big chance your communication skills will blow out. There's a very, very big chance that you're not a good listener. You can't be your best self. You get me? Like, this is literally how this thing will reflect into other individuals, like your children, your spouse, your friends, your immediate family member, your extended family member. So you have to be very, very careful, though, because what is the point of you going through life when you have a family? Your purpose of you living life is to take care of your family. When you are under stress, there's a very, very big chance that you will abuse your family. Not necessarily physical, though. It might be verbal. So like, take for example, let me share you a personal story. When I was doing my master's degree in from 2018 to 2022, I was under a lot of stress, though, because I was doing master's degree in computer science, software engineering, and I had a full-time job. At the inception of my master's program, I was working at Wells Fargo as a software engineer. It was so hard for me. And then I was going to school full time. I was taking evening classes twice in a week, 5:45 p.m. to 9 p.m. twice in a week. Just imagine you have to work full time and then still come to school full time, work with projects. And computer science is very, very challenging. You get what I'm saying? Like, it is very, 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 very hard. And the stress, there are some days I feel like I'm floating. Yeah, like, I wasn't myself. Computer science will do this for you. And majority of the time, all we can think about is the end goal. All we can think about is how good our life will become once we accomplish this. And sometimes, we just ignore how we are feeling at the moment. Like, okay, I'll take care of myself at the finish line. I'll take care of myself. It's not always the case though, because I remember then I wasn't taking care of myself. I was just eating any food, just to survive, because I have to pay. Because my school fees was very, very expensive. Each classes was like $4,000, and at that time, I added more headaches to myself. I founded a software company. Oh my God, I thought I was going to lose my mind, but let me give you a coping mechanism, something that helped me around 2020 during the pandemic. I would say the pandemic was one of the best things that happened to me. One of the coping mechanisms that I tried though, and I would suggest you guys try this too. You need to invest in healthy habits. Healthy habits, like I'm talking about exercise, mindfulness, self-care, meditation, yoga. I'm a very, very private person. I don't like to go, because I live in downtown Minneapolis. I don't like to go downstairs to where the gym is because of other people. I prefer to do the gym, in my own place. So I invested in an indoor treadmill, machine, an indoor, this Peloton bicycle. I bought one of those. A punching bag. I bought one of those too. And what else? I hung the punching bag at the door. There's this door entrance to one of the rooms in my place. I bought there's this board you can use for your push-ups, for your chest and your back. I bought skipping ropes. I bought all these things in my place. And I noticed something, that the moment I started exercising more, I started developing mental endurance. It was easy for me to function well because I was strong mentally. And the mindfulness and the yoga comes in when I just sit down, close my eyes, and just stay still. I try not to think of anything, but you know how the brain works. Maybe your brain don't work like that, do not work like that. But mine though, it thinks of my brain just think of everything continuously. So I try to quiet down my head, just stay chill. Now the self-care, I have to be frank with you though. Like, I know how to set boundaries with people. Now I do know, before I try to tolerate people though. Like, now I know how to set boundaries. Like, these are coping mechanisms. Like, I do not have to participate in your charade, in your drama, in your chaos. No. Like, I shut it down immediately. You get me? And you can use these things I just talked about in your personal and your work life. You get me? Like, you do not have to participate in other people's drama. Because remember, you have your own life, you have your own things. Stress is going to be part of the game. Stress is most definitely part of the game. Like, this is real life. You get me? So now let's talk about practical tips for coping. There's this method they call the daily 50. This is a practical tip for coping. Remember, I mentioned something about the exercise, the mindfulness, the self-care. There is something they call the daily 50. The daily 50 is used by men with experience. It was actually given to me by a friend. Let me read it out to you guys. It is 50 push-ups, 50 body squats, 50 lunges, 50 seconds of wall stand, 50 seconds of planks, 50 sit-ups, 50 leg sit-ups, 50 squats of narrow reps. That is like 8. And you have to do all these things within 8 hours. So when you take a bathroom break, you better do those 50 push-ups though. When you go for your lunch break, you better do those 50s. You get me? And you discipline yourself, you time yourself, and you accomplish this. You get me? So now, let's talk about a way to create a supportive environment and build a strong social network. No one is an island. You need people to talk to. Friends, families, spouse, lovers, you need people that are willing to walk this life with you. You get me? Like, do not surround yourself with people that would place pressure and just stress your life out. You get me? So I like take the time to invest into building a support system. Either it's your mom, your dad, your brothers, your siblings. Like, you don't have to. It might, like, you might be different from the rest of people I've spoken to. It doesn't necessarily need to be your parents that will be your support system. Not necessarily be your siblings or your immediate family members. It might just be your psychologist. It might just be people that counsel you. It might just be your mentor. You get me? But you need a support system though. And you need to create a supportive environment for yourself. If you have a co-worker that you know that this person is always stressing you when you work with them, how about you speak to your supervisor? Let them know, I don't like working with this person though. This person is always like this. You get me? Or you set a boundary. Learn how to set boundaries with people though. You get me? Remember one of the coping mechanisms that I talked about. Learn how to set boundaries with people. Don't force yourself to tolerate anybody. But majority of the times you have to tolerate people though. Of course, including your spouse and your lovers. So, let's round this up. You need to understand something about mental wellness. You have to take care of your mental well-being. It is your primary assignment. If you are well upstairs, if your mental state of mind is good, it is fun, it is happy, it is joyful, it's going to reflect in everything you involve yourself in your life. You get what I'm saying? If you've ever made a mistake in your past, something you're not proud of, I want you to take the time to make peace with it. Make peace with whatever conflict you have involved yourself in your past. No one is perfect. You get what I'm saying? Stop dwelling on past experience. Stop dwelling on things you can't control. Make peace with it. Let that go. Learn to focus on the present time and the future. Don't live in the future though. Make plans for the future. If that makes sense. Stress is going to deprive you of your greatness. You don't want anything that will deprive you of your greatness. You don't want anything that will deprive you of your greatness though. Take very, very good care of yourself. And the self-care on your off days, make sure you take care of yourself. Take care of yourself on your off days. If you love watching movies like I do, you still read comic books like I do, or you do, you don't need anyone to approve the things that you do that makes you feel alive. For my age, I'm 39 years old and I read comic books. I still watch cartoons and animations. I still play video games every now and then. I own a software company. I own other businesses. But, I won't let anything change what I do to feel alive. I have friends that will say, oh my God, you're too old to be watching, you're too old to be doing. You should not party. Man, I don't drink, I don't smoke. You get me? To some people, drinking and smoking help them with their mental well-being. Not for me though. As a matter of fact, I've noticed that when I drink, I feel depressed for 2-3 days. You get me? So, once you notice something, you don't involve yourself into it. The joy of being a human being is to know yourself well. Take the time to study yourself. Know yourself well. And live your life accordingly. Take it easy, my friends.